So I know I just made a video about my like 8 most used affirmations and mantras that I repeat to myself on a regular basis. But I quickly realized as I was bored sitting at work today that I've been repeating a lot of other powerful things to myself for a long time, to the point that they almost became like a mental muscle memory, if you will, that I can't even consciously think about it. But what came up to in my own, my little self monologue today was one of my other mantras is every decision I make in my life is the right decision, and like it's the right decision for my life. So when you are ever at a crossroads, just understand whatever you pick, that's where your soul is pulling you. You might say, I picked it at random, but no, there's a reason for everything. You have to remember affirmations and mantras all have power. Words are things, words are vibrations. Our bodies, our minds react to certain vibrations. High vibrations make you feel good, low vibrations make you feel crappy. So, what are you surrounding yourself with? What are you filling your mind with? You can walk one path and say, I am ugly, I am fat, I'm never gonna have this, I can't do that. Oh, only they can do that because they're special. Or I can do everything that they're doing. My success is inevitable. I am a god, and every decision I make is the right decision in my life. Once again, my life. I just made a whole video about that. But which path are you going to go down? Which path is the higher vibration? Which path is the lower vibration? Where do you want to be? So the best way to decide which way you go, how you move yourself in your spiritual journey, is give yourself the right food, the right mental food to get you going down the right path. So when you are starting to implement this mantra, this affirmation that every decision I make is the right decision, I am not telling you to go out there and just do some crazy stuff like, oh, what, yep, if I made it, that's the right decision. Yep. Obviously, sit down, calculate it, think about the repercussions, and be accepting of any and all positive and negative consequences. All right, that's just my little disclaimer. Don't go out there wilding out, but you have to look at something. Sometimes you're going to have this affirmation. It's kind of like manifestation. You're going to have this affirmation, but every decision I make is the right one. And you are going to do something and you're not going to see the immediate results. It's almost going to look like it's going to backfire in your face. It's like, oh, I thought I should do this and I got yelled at or I got in trouble. But then if you look at things in the long term, you might even years, decades later, you might look back and be like, you know what? Like, for example, standing up to a boss. Every decision I make is the right one. If I say something to her, though, I'm probably going to get fired. If I say something to him, though, I'm probably going to get fired. But you're going to be like, you know what? Screw it. You know what? I'm tired of you talking to me like that. And of course, hopefully you do it in a respectful way that they can't write you up for using vulgar language and stuff. But, at the end of the day, you're going to look back at yourself at the moment, but dang, I lost my job because I couldn't hold my tongue anymore. But then when you sit back and reflect on it, you can be like, you know what? But I may have lost my job, but it opened me up to a whole bunch of new opportunities. I'm no longer bogged down. I'm no longer working, let's just say crazy numbers. I'm no longer working a 16-hour day at this place 5 days a week, 6 days a week anymore. I have time to myself now to go put my life where I want it to be. I'll use some personal examples. When I moved from North Carolina to Colorado, I have no family out here, no friends out here. I wanted to be by myself. I knew I had to come out here to get away and start over, right? But when I first moved out here, it looked like things were not going to go well. It looks like it was just going to be a continuation of my quote crappy life. Because, when I first got here, my third day here, I told y'all, my third day here, I tore my ACL playing basketball. My leg looked like a hanger or a boomerang on the ground. It messed me up mentally. To this day, it still makes me kind of nauseous thinking about it. But at that time, I was still in that low vibratory state, that self-doubt. Why is this happening to me? Why is this always happening to me? I moved all the way over here and bad things still keep happening. What's going on? But then when you look at the big picture, what ended up happening was it was me tearing my ACL was actually the first seeds, if you will, of my spiritual journey, the first steps of my spiritual journey, where I was starting to watch a whole bunch of things to find like holistic medicine to heal my leg. Now, of course, I had to, end up getting the surgery because, I don't trust doctors. I really don't, but I was trying my best to avoid surgery. So I was looking for, frequencies. I started learning about frequencies, manifestation, vibrations, all this type of stuff to heal. And I was starting to try it, but I was still in my infant states of the mental magic stuff that I like to talk about. So, I started to get the surgery. But it opened the door for me, and I knew there was a whole new world of information out there, and I became extremely interested. As I started looking into this stuff, my vibration was getting higher and higher and higher, and I was achieving new levels of my spirituality. Like a video game. At level 5, you unlock this item. At level 10, you unlock this item. As I kept climbing, I kept seeing more and more new things, and all this started from me thinking I made the wrong decision about something. Dang, I shouldn't have moved here, man. Like, it's that moving isn't going to change nothing, which it doesn't. If it's in your mind, it's going to follow you wherever you are. Your mind is everywhere you are, so you can't run from your problems. Fix it in your mind, your problem will no longer exist. Anyway, let me give another example. When I moved here, still in a crappy place, all that type of stuff, but I talked about my relationships. My second relationship, I ended it because I felt the spiritual awakening happening, and I knew it was going to be something big, and I had to pursue it. I had to. And everything else, work, my relationship, my own parents, they were distracting to me. I was like, yo, I want to do this. I don't want to do anything else. I want to do this. And my parents can attest. I was very distant when I first moved out here because I had work to do. I was in the lab. But every time I got a call, every time I did this, every time, blah, 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 I felt like I was wasting time, and I couldn't shake it. So I had to shake off the only thing I could, that relationship. It sounds messed up, but I chose my spirituality over a relationship. And then like a couple months later, I started super regretting my decision. I was like, yo, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that, and blah, 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 blah. And weirdly enough, me going through that process of that regret, and like almost doing in the red pill channel, the simping days, when I was trying my hardest to get this girl back that wasn't reciprocating my energy, I was like, yo, you know what? Hold up. I'm messing up here. Who am I? Like, I know who I am. Why am I begging to get you back? And all of that really led to my transformation and I went through that period of redefining my masculine frame, where I was like, you know what, whoa, I'm acting way out of character. No, I need to start making changes in my life. That's when I started the semen retention stuff. That's how this YouTube channel started. Once again, this all started from a decision I thought was the wrong one. You understand? But you have to understand, sometimes it's short term, sometimes it's long term, sometimes it's small picture, big picture. When you start to see and sit back and reflect on your life, you're going to realize that everything that you decided to do got you to this point. Are you happy or not? That's up to you. Are you happy or not? But what you need to understand is at a certain point, you need to, understand that every single action is moving you forward, and every single bad thing, every single good thing is a decision that you made. So sit back and understand, yo, even though I don't like where I'm at now, I'm happy for it. Because when you get further into the future and look back at your life, you can once again say, that was the decision I made. And me making that decision was inspired by this. But that key decision I made is the decision that changed my life, made me do a complete 180 in the positive direction. You understand? So all that to say, every decision you make is the right decision, even though it may not look like that in the moment. You might hurt some feelings like I did. I hurt her feelings, I hurt my feelings, but at the end of the day, I saw how much growth came out of it. Me moving here, at first, I thought it was going to be terrible. Just a continuation of everything that's been going on post-college. But then I realized that it helped me unlock the door to my spirituality. You understand? So when you start to move and navigate in this way, number one, you have to start to implement this in your mind. You have to start telling yourself this every day. Once again, I told you, I'm not telling you to go out here and make some rash decisions. Stay calculated and measure out the consequences, positive and negative consequences. But then once you start to burn this into your brain and the universe starts to communicate with you in a way that you start to understand, you'll know that you're always making the right decision because you have your own second opinion from the universe. Who else better than the universe, than God, than source, than whatever, your own intuition, if you will. When it came to the move to Denver, I was like, where do I move? Should I do this? I don't know. And I started hearing Denver, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, Denver, Colorado. When I was making a decision if I needed to be in this relationship or not, it was like this feeling I'm feeling, or don't hurt her feelings. And everything in my power started making me feel like this Iron Man ball in my chest. I was like, yo, I have to see what this is. I have to. And what you always start to realize is when you start to pay attention to the universe, pay attention to your own intuition, your inner feeling from your heart, from your gut, from your own mind, you're going to be like, okay, this makes sense. This might be rough now, but I'm going to do this, And you're going to start to realize when you trust this more and more, when you let go of the need to control everything, you let life just talk to you, you're always getting a second opinion. A lot of people rely on other people. I rely on the thing that created all of us, the universe, God, whatever, and that's always my second opinion. So when you start to burn this into your brain, you're going to always, number one, have this sense of confidence that you're making the right decision. Even if it's the quote wrong decision, you say it with confidence. I could tell you that there's polka dots in the sky right now. Hey, yo, there's polka dots in the sky. I said it so confidently, you're just going to look up. But if you try to make, like, let's say a business decision, hey guys, I don't really know what the best idea is for our company. This could make it or this could break it, but I think we should do this. The people sitting at that table will look at you like you crazy. So when you have this inner sense of confidence saying, hey, I know I'm going to make the right decision. And even if it looks crazy in the moment, we're going to learn something from it. And there's some type of growth. There's something happening, but I think this is the right decision and I'm going to see it through. It's like having multiple paths, multiple dangerous paths. You got the swinging guillotines on this one. You got the flamethrowers on this one. You got the pit of snakes in this one. And you have to pick your path. You can't. There is no option 4. Let's just say in this hypothetical, there's 3 avenues that you can pick, and you have to pick one. You can be like, let's see, there's this and that. I don't know. I'm just going to go through the guillotines. I think I could time those. And you go through it. What you have done is you have now put all the energy that you were putting into 3 different paths into one. You say, okay, now I can super analyze this. The energy I was sending to these 2 is now focused into this one path, the guillotines. How do I get past these swinging blades of death? Instead of saying, should I do this? Should I do that? No, this is what we're going to do. I've weighed my options. We're going to go here. Now that I've eliminated these 2, how am I going to get through here? And that's the level of confidence you need to have with every decision that you make in your life. This is the way I've been doing things. I'm learning about investments. I'm putting my money here, taking my money out of here. I take my money out of something, the price goes up. I'm like, crap. But hey, I know I'm making the right decision for my life. So the money that I move from here, I'm going to move it over here and it's going to work out for me one way or another. So that's the energy I have. That's the energy I want y'all to have. Be more confident in yourself, and it's just gonna become muscle memory. It's gonna become easier and easier and easier. If you find a path in life, or you're at the crossroads of your life, sit down, meditate on it, think about it, weigh the pros and cons of each one, and say, you know what? I feel the pull. I feel the pull in myself to go that way. I feel the pull to go that way. I feel the pull to sit here a little bit longer and think about it a little bit more. That's always another option. To act or not to act are just as important decisions. So I threw everything out there. That's my little brain blast for the day. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that made sense to you. If you needed to hear that, I hope you got the message. Whatever. Love y'all. To the next one.